morning, everybody. EurAfrica goes through this 6th edition. Between today and tomorrow, we will have here 6 ministers, 3 from Africa, 3 from the Portuguese government. We will have 2 presidents of republic. We will have representatives of different high representatives of different institutions, entrepreneurs. So I think that the level of this forum will be quite high.
Again, we want to make the EurAfrican Forum an action-oriented platform seeking to strengthen the collaboration between Europe and Africa.
The concept is Africa, Europe together. Let us create the world that is deserving of our great-grandchildren.
One thing that brings us a lot of joy, delight, and really being proud is the fact that our students, those international students that work in these projects, come back mostly to Europe, and what they bring is this experience.
This was the path we always designed. Cascais had always been a land with open arms to the world. The bonds between the people, between the continents, and between religions have always been part of our way of being.
Africa is also now the most dynamic demographic continent in the world. So Africa is the world's 2nd fastest growing region. Of the 10 fastest growing countries in the world, 6 are in Africa. Today, people tend to speak about what are the strategies towards Africa. What can we do in Africa? What can we do towards Africa? And less, what can we do with Africa?
Digitalization should be a tool to promote inclusivity, not exclusivity, and this is why we have to pay key attention to issues like the digital skills of the population. And there is no digitalization in the world without the participation of the young people.
The fight against climate change will only be possible with the mobilization of all and of all sectors of our societies.
Transição energética será, de facto, uma realidade, sendo não só um exemplo para a África, mas também um exemplo para o mundo. E no que toca aos oceanos, Cabo Verde pode ser o melhor aluno, o melhor exemplo. Portugal pode ser um país de vanguarda, mas se todo mundo não colaborar, seremos apenas uma gota no oceano.
Innovate ourselves to create a more robust education system which can then respond to the socio-economic transformation need of our nation.
Africa has readily available human capital and natural resources, but to be able to accelerate productivity, to spark inclusive growth, it's imperative that we start by investing in the education of our children and young people.
I believe that we are in a new phase of cooperation, and these examples like this that should be replicated in many areas to look for a better future and to move forward. And thank you again for this opportunity.
A África é continente em constante evolução, com muitos desafios por superar.
Make it happen. Don't waste any more time. Go for action. Think about the people. Direct impact.
pudesse resumir numa só palavra o que acho que nós temos pela frente, eu acho que ninguém ficaria incomodado se disséssemos foco.
Portugal is a reliable partner and has the power of the Portuguese diaspora connecting forces between culture, companies and continents.
What is it for, and how can we move beyond sustainable finance into driving for pragmatism and activating the ecosystem available?
It's good to see that you are forward-looking and that you are really helping us build this relationship that has so much potential, as so many of you have been saying here today.
The need to invest, and in particular in adaptation, is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. And you can see a lot of companies in Africa launching a number of projects that are actually very advanced in terms of using new technologies, using new ideas to combat climate change.
That at some point you need to use some resources that the state can also bring in a kind of a cooperative like the IMF, and then inject those resources.
Recent reports by the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa found that increased trade amongst African countries leads to the emergence of the consolidation of the triple nexus: peace, humanitarian support, and development. We recognize the benefits of working together. It is our job to be on the side of Africa. Prosperity, ladies and gentlemen, just like peace, is something that comes from within.
Talking is important. It's an important prelude. So we shouldn't look down and sneer at talking.
We have history, we have geography, we have culture, we have so many connections. No other two continents are alike. No other.
We can have a dialogue between the two continents that would lead to an improvement in the lot of both sides.
We want more. This partnership must be much stronger, much stronger. That's why it's so important, this kind of dialogue.
We're attracting a lot of interest from the African diaspora in Ghana, not just the cultural aspect of it, but also the economic aspect of it.
And even the definition of the objectives goes along with what Europe can do. And for instance, Portugal can do together with Ghana.
Above all, we have seen together the opportunities of this alliance. In this room, we think we have the right people to start this journey.